Hello again, YouTube. My name is Bree, and today I'm working on the third video I tried to record this week. So yeah, I had big plans and they didn't pan out, but we'll get into that. So up in the right, you'll see my second video attempt, where I salvaged the clip of Juno for you and for me because it amuses me. She was fine with it, don't worry. But I originally planned on doing an unboxing video. I was receiving a small portable easel for use in plein air or just as a desk easel. It's called a cup easel, and I was very excited about that. And I did film the unboxing, but realized it had a little damage, so I'm currently in the process of getting that exchanged. So coming soon, still forthcoming. And then my second attempt, I've been really wanting to do gouache again. I haven't actually done a gouache portrait in, oh my goodness, I think it's since last October. So it's overdue. And I decided to go for it, and I was recording that. In the first clip, as you saw, Juno was begging for attention. She jumped up on my lap and we did the little dance, and then she just kind of sat on my lap for a bit. I took a break, played with her, and then I came back and started the second clip and somehow sat for 2 straight hours and painted. And when I went to review the footage, actually I think I just looked up and realized it was completely out of focus. And I keep my camera on manual focus because I don't want it tracing my hands or my paintbrush. So I look back at the footage, and yeah, throughout the video it just gradually got more and more out of focus. So that was trash. Well, not the painting. Though I'm not currently happy with its status. I put it aside to work on this because at this point I was very determined to have a video out this week. And so I took a break, I put TV on, and then I just started like kind of flipping through Pinterest to get ideas, and I saw I think it was an ad for like boots or something, of like this kind of like pirate dude with his feet propped up on his desk, and I'm like, I should do a lounging pose. So I think I kind of copied like the leg and foot positioning from that and then changed everything. Kind of did a different leaning pose, but I like the way that the legs were positioned. So yeah, and created this, I guess, pirate inspired lady. But I have regrets. I shouldn't have done a full body pose on such a small sketchbook because it was tough, especially filming, because I have the sketchbook flat on the desk because I haven't gotten my desk easel yet. And it's just, I get my new glasses soon. I did see the eye doctor. I did get my new prescription. I did order the glasses. They've not come in yet, so my vision isn't quite where it should be either. And then I'm having some trouble with my hands too, and it's partially my own fault, so don't feel bad for me because I did it to myself. But yeah, so a lot of issues going into this one and why I shouldn't be working so small because of the vision thing between the positioning of the sketchbook and the positioning of me. There are definitely some things I fixed off camera because I couldn't really see like how the eyes were lining up as I was painting it. So there are moments that things might jump, and that's just because when I took a break and looked at it, I'm like, ooh, that's not lining up correctly, and I fixed it. So yeah, we're getting there. But speaking of getting there, in the last video I talked about how I was really stressed out because my cat was sick and undergoing some new treatments. And I'm very happy to report that after 2 weeks of her injections for her anemia, she is responding really well. Her hematocrit went from 19%, which is extremely low, to 27%. 29 is the bottom of the healthy, normal hematocrit levels. So the goal is to get her to 35 and then to start backing off so we're not doing injections as frequently. But basically, when cats are in chronic kidney failure, which she is, they stop being able to produce their red blood cells, so they become anemic. And this is actually a treatment used in humans going through the same thing. And it kind of teaches the body to generate its own red blood cells again. So the science behind it is really cool, having to see someone go through it, even if it's my pet who I love dearly. It's sad, but it's amazing that these treatments work, and it's wild that like it's actually a human treatment and it works on cats as well. So hopefully in another week or so, we won't have to give her quite as many injections and she'll be more self-sufficient, but we're definitely making good progress. So that is very, very, very exciting. So yeah, apologies for complaining so much in my last video, but there's some good news. So we're getting there. Otherwise, I don't think I have too much else to follow up on since the last video, because I know I didn't rewatch it, but I know I was negative. I was sad. So whatever was bothering me then besides Maggie is probably in the past. We did get some news this week that my manager is actually taking a different position, so I'm still a bit bummed about that. She's like the best manager I've ever had, so I'm really sad to see her go, but you always gotta be happy for someone when they find something new that they're excited about, even if you're not so happy for yourself. But we'll figure it out. She's here for another month, so she's not, at least she didn't like drop her notice and bail. So yeah, it might be a little stressful at work going forward, but we'll get there. Work is always stressful. Nothing's ever easy. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about work too much. So back to this painting. I already talked about it being really small, but this is the Saunders Waterford paper. I've gotten pretty used to working on cellulose paper. So with the cellulose paper, especially the Bockingford, which is very durable, you can definitely scrub and lift up like if you went out the lines. And I definitely did not have the best precision this time around because my hands and yeah, and also this paper dries a bit more slowly even than normal cotton papers, so I'd forget that something was still wet and then go back over it and get some blooms I didn't want, but you work with it. It gets better. But yeah, when you see me scrubbing at places on the page, I'm trying to lift up the paint, and it doesn't lift up as well on cotton as it does in cellulose, so that's all that is me being dumb. It's all good. I made a mess, so there's some spots in the bottom right that appear at some point, and I'm watching for them to see what it was. I don't know if I drip paint on the page or if I got paint on my hand and then blobbed it in, but I think we're about at that. Nope. Waiting for it. I'm going to figure out what happened. It's there. I don't know when it happened. May have been on my arm. I do seem to be putting my arm right in the wet paint. Mystery solved. Very exciting. And then there's me trying to fix it. It doesn't come up. It's all good. It's a sketchbook. It doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't even do a background. I wanted to, but I needed a break. It had been trying to film videos and having to do something new 3 times. It's a little sad. So, yeah, what else is going on? So, I didn't finish talking about the supplies. So this sketchbook is another sketchbook made by my friend Spofgh. So I do have her store link below. I don't think I mentioned this in the last video though. She does have not safe for work art on her Etsy, so just be warned. Otherwise, she does make sketchbooks as requested, which is awesome. I'm definitely going to be getting another one of the colorful pages when I'm done with the one I currently have. I'm totally ready for one that's like just blue, green, and gray pages. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Otherwise, I'm using my Schmincke watercolors, which I've been using quite a bit lately. So nothing too different there, except I think I tried switching out my Indanthrone blue with my French ultramarine just to mix things up a little bit, because I hadn't really been using the French ultramarine, and then used it for a class assignment where we just use burnt umber and ultramarine. So I wanted to revisit that. I don't remember if I actually used the umber in this one. I planned to use both, but whatever happened, happened. This wasn't a very well planned out piece. I just kind of saw that one image and went, I want to draw a lounging pirate lady, and then started drawing this. And then when I went into paint it, I did not plan out in advance like what colors I wanted. I don't even think I planned on doing like white pants, but I think I was just blocking in some values and then got tired and left it. I was also kind of sore because we started the garden yesterday, Saturday. We started the garden the day before I painted this, so I was a little sore from squatting over the garden for a while. I'm in Florida, so it doesn't get cold, so you can definitely start gardening or putting together like vegetable garden in September, October when it starts cooling down. And then as long as it doesn't freeze, the plants tend to do okay. And then by the time spring comes around, they are sizable and ready to bloom. So we usually do tomatoes. We have peppers, we have onions. So we added another tomato plant, some more basil because our basil plant died, and then blueberries just to do something different. So I'm very excited about the blueberries. We haven't done blueberries before, but they definitely grow in Florida, so we decided to give them a go. We also have a banana tree. We planted that last year, but it was too young to produce fruit this spring. Well, I think they flower in the spring and then produce fruit in the summer. So hopefully next year we'll have blueberries and bananas, and that'll be awesome. Make some good pancakes. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't have too much else to talk about. My big update with Maggie is done. And then, yeah, not much to say about this. I've been doing a lot of these more simple paintings lately. I keep saying I'm going to do something bigger, and one of those plans was to do something with gouache. One was the easel, and maybe actually take it out, though. I don't really know what I was thinking because I only have one tripod, and if that's used for the easel, I don't have another tripod to use for the camera. So maybe one day, but not in the immediate future because I've spent enough money recently, mostly on cat vet appointments, but she's worth it. Otherwise, I did mention the hands thing and said it's partly my fault. I don't have the best ligaments in my hands, so I do deal with issues from time to time, but I've been playing Neo, The World Ends With You, which is not an easy game on my hands at all because you definitely have to hit a lot of different buttons on the controller, so you might be like holding L2 and R2, holding and letting go of L1 on R1, and then I'm playing on PlayStation, so those are the buttons, and then like you might be rapidly hitting X or square and triangle and then X to dodge, and it's just a lot of movement for my little weak hands, and it hurts. So if I was smart, I would have just stopped playing for a week or two and let my hands recover, but I haven't, so I have played less, and I'm trying to find positions on the controller that don't irritate my hands as much, but that's why it's my own fault that I'm not getting better. I need to stop playing video games. Shame on me. So I'll take some time off soon. I really wanted to get 100% that game, but I need a break from it because, ouch. I think Maneater was another game. That was a free PlayStation game where you're a shark, and it was really silly and I really liked it, but that game had like a lot of like button mashing of L2 and R2, and it did a number on my ligaments. So if you also have hand issues, I don't recommend those two titles. But yeah, or just take breaks and don't play for that long, and that'll do you some favors too. But yeah, otherwise I don't have too much to talk about just because I haven't really been doing much at all. I've fallen behind on my reading goals. I don't watch too much TV, though I did just see Black Widow, so I'm caught up. I'm not caught up on the Marvel movies because I think Shang-Chi just came out. I'm never going to catch up on movies. Oh well. Yeah. And then What We Do in the Shadows is back, which is a vampire mockumentary. It was a movie and now it's a show, and the third season just started, so I've been watching that. I love that movie. It's so dumb, but it's so funny. And the show, I didn't expect much because normally like spin-offs like that don't really work for me, but I love it so much. It's so bad. It's great. It's just stupid humor, and I adore that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. Otherwise, I am very excited to attend Lightbox Expo. It's a remote conference for artists, and it's really an industry thing, but I'm just going to learn. It's remote this year. It won't be remote next year. So I'm very excited to see sessions and watch people like James Gurney and Nathan Fowkes and tons of others. Very excited about that. So it's like $2 to register just to attend the session. So if you're interested, go for it, because next year I'll be back in Pasadena and it won't be that affordable. That's US dollars. That might be obvious because I said Florida already, so don't mind me. But yeah, otherwise, I hope you guys are had a good week, have a good week coming up. And if you're attending Lightbox Expo, let me know. Maybe we could talk sessions. It'll be fun. And I think I have rambled enough for this video, and I'm almost at the end, so I will probably just stop talking now and leave you with one more reminder of that Juno clip because it amuses me. Take care. Talk to you later. Bye.